Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you about different types of entities in the world, and here are some of the entities that you might see if you go on a ghost hunt. Now, there's very different types of entities. Imprints are like child spirits. They leave prints behind. They do not show their face or anything. They're kind of like children. They giggle like children do, but you don't see them, and they usually come out at midnight or nighttime. So if you see a childlike handprint on your window, it could be an imprint. They're just a type of spirit. They're sort of like imaginary friends or kind of like creepy ghost children, you know? I don't know how to describe it, but they leave tracks behind, like footprints or little prints, and they're called imprints. They're like mischievous ghosts, kind of like a um an elf or something. They kind of take the form of a child. They're kind of child friendly spirits. I don't know if they are, but they don't seem very aggressive. They're just kind of mischief. They hide things like keys and socks go missing when they're around. Just just keep an eye out for them. If you see any little handprints, that could be what is called an imprint. Another type of spirit, a messenger. These spirits take the form of someone familiar to you, and they send you a message. And they could take the manifest form of a man very familiar to you or someone close to you, you know, but it wouldn't be like a random stranger. They're kind of creepy. They follow you, but they're called messengers. Um, they're sort of like an angel. They follow you around. They can manifest in an apparition human form, but they're not quite human. They come at nighttime, strange hours, and they kind of look like an apparition of a body. Or they take the apparition form of a body in the shape of a human that's familiar to you. So I don't know. I've heard about a messenger spirit. Those kind of spirits I don't follow much on because I don't know much, but a messenger spirit is a type of spirit. A boggle is another word for ghost. Um, a spookster is a type of ghost. There are types of spirits that can scare you. Type of spirits that may be haunting you could be a messenger, which will take the form of someone familiar, but you know it's not that person, but it's like someone very familiar to you. You thought you saw before, but wasn't there. But you may have met someone in a kind of familiar to you, said they knew you from some past life, and said stuff like, oh, maybe I knew you from a past life. It's sort of like someone that you thought you knew knows you from a past life. Maybe they had a past life, they saw you somewhere, or you have a doppelganger that looks exactly like you. But it's really scary. It's sort of like your ghost self, but you're like a messenger from somewhere, someone familiar to you that you never thought you knew. And you look at all your family photos and there's no one you know, but it's sort of like a distinct person you knew, but they take the form of that person. So they're called a messenger. They are a spirit and they're sent from the afterlife, but they come out the fog, and they would come out at odd times, like 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning. It's like your ghost self in a kind of a weird trance. I just can't explain it. It's very hard to explain. I'll have to study it a little more. Another type of spirit is a poltergeist. It's a noisy ghost. It's German for noisy ghost, and it means that a house has objects that move. They move furniture and make noise and clanking sounds. And they come out at odd hours, but they don't show themselves, they just make their self presence by making noises. Now, not sure how to explain it. A poltergeist is a kind of entity. They come in haunted locations, that places that are built near a cemetery. If you live near a cemetery, your house could be the victim of a haunting. It's quite possible, or if you live on a haunted street, you could be haunted. I mean, take a look around you and look at everyone around you. Look at all your locations around you. I bet you one of the locations you're in are haunted. So check it out. Don't be afraid to. Another thing I have to say, another type of spirit that Irish people talk about is called a banshee. And they're like a water ghost, or a ghost seen near the woods, and they're heard crying, but they're heard at night, and they're heard like way in the distance. Like you can't follow them, you can't go see where they're coming from, because they could cry and it sounds like someone outside and there's no one there. It's kind of creepy. And they look like a white figure in a white gown, glowing, and they come out at night. So, yeah. More like a glowing ghost wearing a white gown and comes out at night. That's kind of creepy. Yeah. Oh, a banshee is an Irish folklore spirit that haunts the Irish woods. But they could come here. I don't know why. I believe in them. My dad told me about them. They're called banshees. Another spirit my dad told me about are called boggles, which means a ghost. A wraith is another word for ghost. It's just a type of spirit that people talk about. In Scotland, they call them wraiths, they call them boggles. They don't call them spirits like we do. They sort of talk to them as if they're boggles, but they're also known as spirits. Here in Canada, we call them spirits, or in the US, they're called spirits. Every country has a different name for a spirit. Another type of supernatural being that you may find odd is a human being. Apparently, humans can have supernatural powers they don't know they have, but they could. It's quite possible that humans have supernatural powers. Some humans have powers to heal others. It's very true. Yep. Someone could have the gift to heal someone. It's very possible. Another type of spirit is Mother Nature. Mother Earth is a type of spirit. She haunts the earth. She controls the earth temperature. She's like the spirit of all the universe, she comes and creates this planet. So, yeah, she's the mother of all spirits. Another type of spirit is Baby New Year. And he only comes out in New Year, and it's called Baby New Year because they believe another baby is born in New Year's. Well, it's just called Baby New Year. A type of spirit that means that there's a new year has come on this planet. So now it's 2020. So Baby New Year goes away after New Year's. I don't know. It's just a type of supernatural being. Another supernatural being that people talk about in folklores are zombies. They're sort of dead people, but they prey on people's brains so much. They don't really eat people technically, they just chew on their brains. I don't know why. Zombies are very graphic in detail. It means that a chemical spill caused them to come. They talk about zombie apocalypse. It's just supernatural beings. That's all I call them. So we're all divine beings. So that's the end of my show.